I feel like it's way too often that I turn on this camera, sit down, and get in front of you guys and tell you about some terrible negative thing that a content creator or a celebrity has done. Like XQC gambling around $4 billion, which is a real thing, by the way. Or like Elon Musk blowing up the Pentagon, which isn't real, but God, it would have been funny if it was. And so when I was given a topic from one of my viewers, Cardboard5, in my Discord server about a TikToker who makes content out of snatching children, I thought it was going to be just one of those days, hopping in front of the camera and telling you about some terrible person that you shouldn't pay attention to. But when I actually dug deeper into this, there's a lot more layers to this, and I was actually pleasantly surprised. So let's dig into the strange and interesting rabbit hole of Boy Remy 4 on TikTok. So the first thing I wanted to do was go on to Boy Remy 4's actual TikTok, and to which I was greeted by banned at 145k. Also, the comment saying all stage content to make you laugh with a heart emoji, which, of course, that isn't exactly a catch-all. You can't exactly see that thing in your bio and be like, oh, okay, so when they blew up that one building in that one video, it was fake. It was staged to make us laugh. I feel like some people might put that in the bio as a way to kind of just stave off any law enforcement that might try and put them in prison for the things they do in their videos. So that isn't exactly the first thing that made me think, oh, this is good content. He's actually doing great things. So, of course, I had to dig a little deeper, and so I went to one of the earliest kid catching videos he posted, which was actually part 6. I can only assume that part 1 through 5 were actually on his original account that got banned, but without further ado, let me show you the amazing content this man throws together.
Snatching random people's key, part 4. Let's go!
Now, right away, you can tell that the biggest sin that's happened in any of these videos so far is that I think he's British. I actually can't really put a thumb on whatever accent that is, but whatever it isn't the normal one, and so I'm angry.
We're currently looking for kids.
I just want to clarify really quickly, that was a joke. I just, for anyone who's already running the comments, that was a complete joke. I didn't mean that. Your accents are cool, I swear. Ah, yes. Kidnapping. My favorite type of content. I know that this looks bad, right? Like this looks bad. If you were to walk into my room while I was watching this, you probably would kind of question what kind of content I consume on a daily basis. But then you have to dig a little deeper into some of the small little niche things I've seen in this video and also future videos. But first, let me show you this one. The thing that I thought was really interesting when I first saw this was the reaction of the parent when the camera turns around. Not only is the kid laughing, but it looks like the mom is laughing as well. Look at that. That is the most evident and obvious smile I've ever seen in my life. And so, at first, I was like, okay, this clearly is a guy who might be taking people in his community or people who live near him and asking them to star in a TikTok. Because clearly it's going to go viral because you started the TikTok with Snatching Kids Part 6. So, that was kind of my first, like, sense, my sixth sense that something wasn't exactly as wrong as I thought it was with this content. Like, I mean, look at this. You can literally see the girl trying to not make eye contact with the camera because she knows she's about to get snatched. Like, just... Also, this is part 6 again. I thought I just saw part 6. Anyway. It's very obvious laughing as well with her smiling. This is... I don't see any of these, and all the ones I've seen so far, I don't see anyone where the kid isn't also involved in the content to a certain extent. I mean... Well, the kid is being kidnapped, so even if it was really be involved. But, like, I don't see the kid, like, as surprised or shocked as you'd expect them to be from being kidnapped by a random dude. And something I also find quite funny about this guy is that when people have asked him if it's real. Like, is the kidnapping that you're doing in this video real? And he always responds with the most honest and sincere answer that I've ever seen, which is yes. He's genuinely kidnapping these children and bringing them elsewhere, which I think is so funny. I think he's leaning into the fact that the videos are very obviously staged. Like, keeping in that the children are laughing and him being very goofy about it as he does it. And he actually answers it in the, like, after credit scene of the one I just saw you, and I want to show you a snippet from it really quickly.
Questions I get asked a lot. Are my videos real or not? And right now I'm going to tell you if my videos are real or not. And people might say, when did I start snatching kids?
That was not the question he was about to answer. This man pivoted so goddamn hard, but he's trying to get that watch time, which is funny because this is TikTok, so I don't even think that matters.
I snatch kids for social experiments to let people know how easy it is your child or anyone you're holding could get taken away from you, so this street ain't safe. And I'll let you know, all my videos, the one I've been doing before, all of my videos, all of them are real. Also, guys, please go on TikTok page and comment.
And after that, he tries to talk about going to comment and get his main account unbanned. But yeah, he's essentially saying that he's using this as a way to raise awareness, while at the same time saying these kids are real. They're actually being stolen. I'm taking them. And some of his recent videos have actually gotten a bit of a strange twist. And you know what? Instead of me explaining it, I'm actually going to show you a clip from his Snatching Kids Part 11, and I'll add a little bit of input after the fact.
Hi.
I've seen you on TikTok. I don't want you to come close to me and my brother.
What do you mean?
I don't want you to come close to me and my brother.
I don't use TikTok.
No, don't come to me. I've seen you on TikTok. Your name is Boy Remy. I don't want to see you close to my brother.
Oh, I don't use TikTok.
What do you mean? I've seen you a lot of times on TikTok snatching kids, and I don't want you to come next to my brother.
As you can see, we have the kid right here. I don't know how she saw me on TikTok, but I'm not giving you back. Do you want to go back to your sisters?
Yeah.
Why are you smiling? Why are you smiling then?
Like, are you trying to tell me this was real? Like, this kid was actually stolen and that is his genuine reaction to being stolen? Or, like, genuinely? But yeah, as you can see, just as Charles Darwin theorized many years ago, he began to evolve. And, but instead of trying to get a longer beak to reach some nectar at the bottom of a flower, he started faking interactions with parents who actually know who he is, which I think is hilarious, because clearly it was not AAA acting. I don't think Chris Hemsworth has any, like, reason to worry about his role as Thor. But I think this is just so funny that he started to add new elements into his content as well, to just add a slight bit of realism, but also keeping the little segment afterwards to just remind us that he's not actually kidnapping children. And of course, over time, our Boy Remy 4, or I guess Boy Remy, I think this is his 4th variant at this point, has realized that, like, kidnapping children for views is quite lucrative. It actually gets you a lot of views, understandably. He was on, like, part 11 as of now. And so, of course, just like any content creator, he milked it to the goddamn bone. This cow has no more meat on it, because he made a song. He's thrown an actual song together, and I want to play it for you guys, of course, for your listening pleasure. So if YouTube somehow hits me with a copyright, if his song is somehow in YouTube's copyright recognition system, I'm going to stop making videos and just start sending you all my content via carrier pigeon. But anyways, without further ado, let's listen to the child snatching song.
Got my sticker, swing that, shut your mouth, don't be like, take out this and cool down. Snatching kids, we give them back. Feds on me, we go left to right. Take you to we ain't going back. And
if you couldn't tell from watching this video, just the side characters here, a little bit of our side plot, these kids are actually reoccurring characters. I'm decently sure this is actually the girl he grabbed in part 6. I don't know why I'm deconstructing Boy Remy child kidnapping lore, but, and then this kid, I think he was in part 11. I think that was the kid he ran away with that was laughing his ass off. So, like, as you can tell, these are characters that he might just actually be close with and have just been utilizing as side characters in his videos for the sake of just being silly. I mean, hell, he's actually used this ongoing joke for good. He posted this video saying, asking snatched kids if they'd rather go home or free Palestine. And then...
Asking kid, I snatch.
Listen, I already said that. Okay.
Rather go home or free Palestine.
Free Palestine.
And he has multiple kids throughout the video say it, while also using a filter. And this filter, there's a bit of side lore. This watermelon filter, as well as a few other filters on TikTok, are actually ones being used because the people who made it are making like a charity, and so every time this filter gets used, it generates money for the charity for helping rebuild buildings in Palestine. So overall, like a good charity, helping out people who've been hurt. So I do kind of find it interesting that he's utilizing child kidnapping to help fund free Palestine, but I also just think that he's trying to take a joke that he's been using to grow with fame for a good reason, and I think that's great. Now, I do see the downside. I do see the downside to this type of content, and it is the copycats. It's inspiring people to do the same thing. Maybe someone who doesn't exactly recognize that it's a joke, or maybe someone just trying to amp it up by actually kidnapping children. Now, I know that sounds absurd, but there have been instances in the past of people doing bad things and then ramping it up over time to try and gain more and more fame. There was Mizzy earlier this year who kept doing worse and worse things, breaking into people's houses, stealing people's dogs, and clearly there are copycats that have come from that. So it is scary seeing this type of content because it could inspire worse people, but overall, this guy himself, Boy Remy, as a content creator, I think is kind of a good person. Like, he gets a check mark on his forehead because of me. I think he's a pretty cool guy. But of course, this is where I'm going to have to be leaving you guys. But don't tear up. Wipe that tear off of your cheek. I will be making another video tomorrow. I make daily videos. So if you're new, consider subscribing. I'd love to catch you around for future content. And if you want to like the video, you can catch me on your homepage more. That way you don't have to go find my content. It'll just be the first thing you see the second you click on this big red website. But I appreciate you guys sitting and watching this video. You can leave some comments down below if you have any takes on this, good or bad. I'm genuinely curious what you guys think. But I'm going to wrap this up by giving you guys the song of the day, which just, if people are going to start hating on this guy for making silly content, you can take it or leave it. Like Cage the Elephant. Go watch it. Go listen to it. Not watch it. It's not a video. Unless they made a music video. I don't know if they made one for this one. I don't keep it all archived in my head. But thank you guys for being here. I'm going to add it to the Songs of the Day playlist, which is linked in the description below, as well as my Discord, Twitter, wherever you want to catch me, you can find me. But thank you guys. And as always, adios, arrivederci, goodbye, good night. And don't be reactionary. Look deep. Sometimes things aren't as bad as they look.